YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we got Spring 2025 anime in a nutshell by Gigguk. So as you guys know, Gigguk is one of my favorite YouTubers that are out there. I always love his perspectives and his takes on current anime events. So let's see what's happening in this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and of course, let's just jump in. Let's go.
This spring is either going to go down in history as one of the most exciting seasons of anime in a long time, or will be forgotten in the annals of time as the season of lost potential. Normally when you look at the anime...
That is so true, because there's a lot of series that are really good, and there's a lot of series that are not so good.
Coming out, you see stuff like high-profile, critically acclaimed Shonen Jump adaptation, probably gonna slap, sequel to another highly beloved anime. Yeah, this one's gonna be popular. Yet, this spring we are largely heading into the unknown. New anime originals from fresh and also decorated creators of the past, franchise reboots, spin-offs, new unproven IPs that could be a classic or die on a whimper. So, screw the memes today because we got...
I'm not gonna lie, a lot are gonna die, you know, because... some that he showed, are not looking very promising, except for Lazarus. I feel like Lazarus is the most promising one. Windbreaker is pretty cool. Fire Force is awesome. So yeah,
a lot to get through. Hit that intro. Yes,
sir.
It's spring 2025, and you know what that means? That's right, it's been one entire year since spring 2024.
Crazy.
Oh, you already knew that? Well, how about this then? It's also been almost one entire year since the launch of today's sponsor.
Okay, let's let him make his money. We skip sponsors.
Spring Waves for sponsoring us today, and with that said, back to spring anime.
Holy.
ごめんごめん。
もっといろいろ気にしてくださいよ。
Yeah. Oh. Oh. Just like that.
君って年上に可愛がられるタイプよねって。
Hi, Dad? I think I'm pregnant. In a move of pure disrespect, we have
Dude, I've heard so much about Kowloon generic romance. This is actually super cool. It looks fun. Dude, I've heard so much about it. A lot of people post this one. I should definitely check this one out.
Kowloon generic romance, having the goal to put generic in its title, giving a bad name to the shit we see every season that actually deserve that title. A romance series set in Hong Kong's infamous Kowloon walled city, capturing the era of 80s and 90s golden age so perfectly. While an angel from Evangelion launches floating above them watching their every move, don't worry about it. Every single goddamn frame of the show oozes atmosphere, transporting you back to a time you yearn to relive again, even if you never even lived it in
this is a must watch. I don't know if you're a fan of like romance, slice of life, which I'm definitely a fan of. This is a definite must watch. It looks good. Like, I don't know, it's rare for me to say an anime looks good, but this right here looks really good. Definite must watch.
The first place, this series is vibes. Watching this gives you the same feeling of listening to some random city pop playlist that YouTube recommended to you at 2 AM and getting nostalgic for an era you weren't even around for. We finally have a romance, not in high school, not with some immature kids. There's a sci-fi mystery aspect that leads me to believe there's more going on behind the scenes, and you know what? This isn't even the only anime this season with immaculate vibes. Cause what could be more immaculate than the end of humanity itself? Damn, that got dark. Yes, it's another anime original coming from Cygames Pictures, and I think I've learned to have a soft spot.
I've heard about Apocalypse Hotel. A lot of people have been saying it's a good anime. It's kind of like it's not the thing I would be into, but let's check it out.
For cheerful, comfy stories set in a desolate post-apocalyptic world, because at this point, maybe the idea of the world coming to an end is more comfy than it seems. But also, there's just something about combining upbeat stories with this air of melancholy that I can't help but gravitate towards every time, like a moth flying towards my next existential flame. If, like me, you've been looking for a show that reignites those feelings you got from watching Girls' Last Tour, give this one a go.
Okay.
This is the Nintendo Store announcement. We regret to inform you that there is only one Nintendo Switch 2 left, and it will be selling on a first-come, first-served basis. Thank you for your understanding.
We got just a handful of sequels this season, like
now, Windbreaker guys, season 2, that's how you do an intro. Like, the intro was straight beat down, hands to fist, them just fighting, and that's what we're talking about. That's how you do an intro, bro. For real, for real.
Windbreaker, a boy shows about boys being boys doing boy things like fighting, punching each other, forming manly brotherhoods with each other. Why are all the girls watching this? Shoshimin is continuing Aharen along with Sentai Daishikaku. Hopefully this season can capitalize on its premise and not drag us through another 7 episodes of exams we don't care about. Fire Force is entering its final season. I never finished the first one, but every so often I'll come across a clip that makes me want to pick it back up. But that's if the latest—
Wow, he never finished the first season. Oh my gosh, Gigguk is missing out. Fire Force is back to normal. I love this show, even though literally the animators are gooners, you know, but hey man, I love it, you know.
Seasons don't take me out of some of the insane action scenes it's capable of by shoving a boatload of Tamaki's ass in my face every time I'm just slightly immersed. And that's a big if. Oh my god.
No, I love seeing her like fan service. No, at this point I feel like it made me really enjoy fan service, because it was weird in the beginning where I'm like, damn, why is her clothes off? Like, what's going on?
Is that Sea Dog VA? Oh my god, is that Sea Dog VA? Oh my god, is that Sea Dog VA? This one just came out of nowhere. We got another remake of a classic manga from the creator of Detective Conan this time, which I'd never heard of before. But god damn if this didn't turn out to be some of the best animation on offer this season. Studio Wit continue to prove they are just the master chef with everything they touch, because this is on a whole nother level for remakes of old school anime, even with some of the great ones we've had recently. My Hero Academia is also here with a darker—
My Hero Academia Vigilantes, top tier. I feel like if you are kind of itching for more My Hero Academia, there's nothing better than My Hero Academia Vigilantes. It's superb. I love it. I've been enjoying it. Every single episode has just been fun. It's pretty slow. It's a low budget, you know, My Hero Academia, but I like it. I like it a lot, you know. I would watch season 2. I wouldn't mind.
Grittier spin-off series that has so far impressed me as much as the mainline show. It's interesting to see a street-level perspective of the Hero Academia world, following characters who don't have flashy city-leveling powers still find a way to take down these supervillains. You got your friendly neighborhood Sliderman, some
Crawler.
idol wannabe whose work is to bounce. Crazy stuff. And the most powerful hero of all,
Nakaduster.
Yes, there's the guy whose only quirk is the 2 massive balls he wakes up with every morning to take on these super villains without having any powers. It's only man's. So, did you hear about what's going on? Not really, I don't follow.
Oh, this is Witch Watch. Witch Watch is also super cool. I feel like it's kind of it went up and a bit down, but it's a pretty cool comedy. I wouldn't know, comedy fantasy anime, you know. Thank God it's not an isekai, but it's pretty cool. I like it a lot.
News. So yeah, well, America's putting up tariffs. Yeah, on who? Canada and Mexico. Wait, I was wrong. It's every country. It's only 10% though. Minimum. But they're gonna wait 90 days. Except China's getting a special tariff. It's 104%. Wait, no, that was a lie. It's 245%. It's always nice to see a light-hearted comedy be one of the most hyped up series this season. Coming from the author of Sket Dance, we have Witch Watch. But with which watch do we watch Witch Watch with? I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Girl comes back from witch school and has to choose her familiar, a being that will permanently become her manslave, protecting her, serving her, listening to her every whim. If this was an isekai, we'd call this slavery in cursive, and she's chosen her childhood friend.
True.
But unfortunately for him, this is the person he's serving.
Wow.
Yep, she's one of those. This is the type of girl who'd stare at a bottle of orange juice because it said concentrate. But it's the chemistry between the 2 leads that makes these opening episodes work so well. For the 5 of you that still remember Aho Girl, this is that with more magic and less domestic violence. Lazarus. If there was one show I was excited—
Lazarus. Yeah, Lazarus is good. Like, yeah, this is a must watch. Just if you want to watch any anime this season, this is it. I think I'm on episode 2. I need to continue watching it, but it's good. It's really, really good. I'm waiting for it to just end, and then I won't stop watching it. I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes. It was funny, it was witty, it just had so much pure entertainment. It was just one of those series that you rarely find great animation. I mean, really great animation. It's kind of like Havoc. If you've ever watched that Netflix series, this is it.
For before the season started, this one was my pick. It's some dystopian future where all of humanity has got addicted to some miracle drug because it's easily accessible and affordable with no apparent drawbacks except for one. That's revealed by the drug's creator, Dr. Skinner, that anyone who's taken the drug will die approximately 3 years after they first take it. The world falls into chaos, panic ensues, and the Dow Jones drops to the lowest it's ever been in years. Oh, you wacky sci-fi story. And so a ragtag team is formed to catch him in what looks to be an old school action sci-fi.
Yeah.
You got Shinichiro Watanabe, Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, one of the most goated directors this medium has seen, and you pair him with Chad Stahelski, John Wick's Chad Stahelski, for the action choreography, with Studio Mappa bringing their best, and this should be a recipe for success. Visually, it's absolutely top dollar, the music is bebop-esque with a modern twist, the world looks so vibrant and alive with an early 2000s vibe we haven't seen for so long. On paper, and with the names behind it, this is a show.
But one thing which I'm going to say is I haven't really seen that much hype behind it. It's not like Solo Leveling. Like Solo Leveling, you couldn't escape Solo Leveling hype. It was just overhyped. Whereas this show, I've only seen 1 or 2 videos about it where people are not really talking much about it. It's only the ones that if you know, this is good, but not many people that are like, randoms are just like, oh, this is it, we need to be watching this, compared to Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling, I couldn't escape it. Everybody was talking about it. Not much of Lazarus though.
Oh, I really, really want to like, but I don't know, guys. Something just feels
off. Yeah.
We're here to save the world.
Oh no, the voice acting. Yeah, the voice acting sucks. Yeah, I guess this is better in subbed. Yeah.
Are we some kind of Suicide Squad?
We're like the Avengers or something.
Oh shit, guys, I was bloody joking.
Corny.
The writing is trying so hard to be cool,
but it's
really hard.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit too hard, because it sometimes reaches awkward sounding dialogue or even Marvel level quips. It never quite reaches the natural charm and chemistry when you watch something like Cowboy Bebop. I mean, just take the main character. He's like Spike. He can do everything that Spike does, except with more backflipping. He can fight like Spike with more backflipping. He can run like Spike with more backflipping. Motherfucker graduated from the Leon Kennedy School of Necessary Backflipping.
That was horrifying.
Like a bird that was let out of its cage.
Did the bird do a flip on the way out? I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt now because it's still doing so many other things right. It's early days, so we'll know soon if it'll fall flat on its face or will it fly away like a bird, backflipping out of its cage. On this episode of What in the Actual Boon, an anime
this is what we're talking about. This is my biggest series. Please put them on Takamin-san. Yeah, no, honestly, one of the coolest animes that's out there. This is now my officially the biggest anime that I've ever covered. The Goon anime. I'm actually happy because I would actually love to know for the guy that likes watching ecchi anime. That would be so fun. I would actually love to take that title.
Girl can loop back in time every time she takes off her underwear. Now, I'm no stranger to anime logic. I can get behind degeneracy. I can get behind wacky concepts. But you're telling me a silent classroom full of people is not going to notice a guy standing up in eye shot of everyone and walking over to the most popular girl in class only to get on his knees and play around with her underwear while she violently moans. Motherfucker, I couldn't get a coffee in class without getting a snarky comment from the teacher. Meanwhile, bro is up there putting his foot halfway up the stairway to heaven and not a single person is pointing this out. No. Gigguk, it's just a dumb ecchi show. Why are you overthinking this? No, this is still a story based on rules we have to abide by. I can't suspend my disbelief to this. My dick would never forgive me again. We may be degenerates. We may watch shows that appeal to the lowest common denominator. But that doesn't mean we can't goon with standard. Wait, hold on. Crunchyroll actually have the uncensored version on their site? Okay, hold on a second.
Here's your bill. $4.16, pervert.
$4.16, pervert! What are you calling pervert?
That is so true. The uncensored version hits. I stopped even doing the uncensored version because it was just too much. It was too much.
It's written on the bill.
You know what? Forget degenerates, isekai, or fantasy fans. You know who's eating real good this season? Slice of life fans. We got Eurocamp, except they become fat fucks because this food looks delicious. There's Eurocamp funded by the Yamanashi Prefecture, coming from the author of
I've never heard. I've seen this one, the Zatsubi Tabi. That's Your Journey. I've seen that one, but some of the others I haven't really heard much of. Slice of Life. This season is pretty dry, except for Windbreaker and Fire Force. Not a lot of people are talking about the new anime that's out there.
Some anime girl who finds an expensive hobby traveling around Japan in what I can assume is the most elaborate tax write-off for the mangaka making it. Wait a minute, this is just Abroad in Japan, adorable blue-haired anime girl edition. A ninja and an assassin under one roof. For a deadpan ayaya comedy, this somehow has way better animation than most traditional action shows this season.
Oh no, this sounded so fun. I would definitely watch that. A ninja and an assassin under one roof. That sounds super.
You know, this spring we just have so much to pick from, and yet even out of all these, there is one anime that I think has more potential above all others.
Oh, To Be Hero X. Oh, dude, I wish I watched this one. I did try watch it, but as soon as I saw 3D, I stopped. So I think ever since I stopped watching it, bro, this is one of those. This is the hype that I was expecting Lazarus to have. To Be Hero X is having that hype. You know, a lot of people are talking about To Be Hero X. And yeah, I definitely would like to try it. I need to just finish the first few episodes, definitely.
And it isn't even technically an anime. To Be Hero X is the latest high-profile series coming from China. And holy hell, did they come here to play. It's been a while since I've been so genuinely...
No, China's not fucking around. This time, China is coming for everybody. China is the new standard of what anime is supposed to look like. Honestly, they're not playing. I feel like, you know, Japan are kind of in their comfort zone, whereas China's coming to say that, no, we're coming. I think South Korea tried, but, you know, they just messed up a lot.
Awestruck at the production values of an animated series. Okay, that's actually a lie. Since Arcane recently shattered that bar before it, but I did not think it would be so soon till I saw something that could even compete, and To Be Hero X is getting pretty damn close. We got China's version of Tiger and Bunny with a world of hyper-commercialized superheroes. Yes, as you can tell, this looks very similar to Arcane to the point where I had to double check it wasn't by the same studio. But they are just completely flexing by switching up styles on a whim, with multiple animation studios working on this, giving potential for some of the coolest animated sequences I've seen in a very long time. 3D, 2D, all of it blends together in a way that hasn't been attempted since...
No. That's rubbish. No, don't listen to Gigguk.
Ever. This could be as much of a stylistic choice as it is a narrative one, and if the trailers are of any indication, there's even more switch-ups to come. This is not an anthology of stories. This feels like an anthology of animation and a celebration of everything kick-ass. No, this isn't technically an anime, but as an anime fan, nothing is getting me more pumped this season than To Be Hero X.
That's right. No, this is what I'm talking about. Rock and a Lady's Modesty. This one seems so cool. I don't like Bocce on the Rock type of animes, but you know, something which is just quirky, fun, vibrant, you know, it just has a vibe where I'm like, oh, this is something I would actually get into.
Hey yo, watching the crack? Okay guys, remember last time when I freaked out trying to convince you guys that idol anime and band anime are totally different things? Well, I think I finally realized the massive difference that makes these two genres totally unique. You see...
Yeah.
I like
That's
this
fire.
music. It feels like we've entered a new era of band anime, since there seems to be at least one great one coming out every season, and this one looks to be joining the best of them. Music aside, what could be more fun than a bunch of uppity prep school or jaw summers politely speaking to each other in uppercase before shredding it on the guitar and getting really
sweaty,
concerningly wet while doing so as a sign of their totally platonic friendship. No Hoyoverse. This was just a bloody fun show, and I don't know how they can make it any better. Oh! There's a bird! And she's flying out of the cage! Oh my god, when's she gonna do a backflip? I don't know what bloody horse Uma Musume fans sacrificed to the gacha gods, but this franchise has now somehow become one of the must-watch.
Oh my god, no, this is the Uma Musume. I cannot. I can't take this seriously. No, this is one of those animes where I'm just like, no, this is not for me, you know?
Sports anime. For those unaware, you come in thinking of watching a cash grab of some gacha game adaptation, and then they will drop a scene like this. Cygames is one of
Dude, I can't take that seriously. What?
the few companies that have used their exorbitant gacha earnings for good, with their studio pumping out the highest quality adaptations for all their IPs while also funding exciting anime originals like Apocalypse Hotel. Congratulations, Uma Musume players. You are no longer filthy gacha gamers like the rest of us. Be proud. You have ascended to investors. New season of Mushoku Tensei coming in! Wait, hold on a second.
RTX on. RTX on. Yes, the beginning after the end. Oh my gosh, dude, this story is too good. I think I love the story, but the animation is garbage. It is so terrible. Oh my god, I also reacted to this on my YouTube channel. It is so disappointing. It is. Oh my god, dude. I don't. What happened? That's the one thing where I'm like, dude, you guys had one job, make the animation great, you know.
What the hell? The beginning after the end. Now, this is a webtoon anime with a story that I've been told rivals Mushoku Tensei's, and well,
dude,
the only thing coming close to an end is my hope that this is going to get a good adaptation. You know, I got a feel for the beginning after the end fans. If this is the final product they waited for, I can only imagine the first draft of the screenplay went something along the lines of
in the beginning.
In the beginning. Oh my gosh. Nah, bro, that's literally their pain. Oh no. Nah, bro, this show it's 10 times worse than you think it is. Like it's a catastrophe. Cause the story is just too good. Like I don't know. I love the story. Like I was watching it, I'm like, damn, this story is good. Like I feel like I was watching which show? Euroforma. And Euroforma was putting me to sleep. I kept on falling asleep watching Euroforma because it has everything good, but it's missing something. Whereas the beginning after the end, there's something there, but it's just the animation just holds it back too much, you know?
In the beginning.
Listen properly.
The beginning.
Yo.
Yeah. In the beginning.
Yo.
Well, now that Gura's graduating, there's got to be some way to get weebs into baseball, and what better...
You know, and the funny part is, that's actually my country, guys. That's South Africa. That's how we say in the beginning. That's why I was laughing so hard, because it's how South Africans pronounce beginning. It's beninging because people can't read, and that's our former president. Oh my god, jeez. Welcome to Africa.
Way than a cute, smug anime girl who will tease you at every baseball game. I'm suddenly uninterested. I know baseball is Japan's pastime and all, but I'm more of a football guy myself. Yeah, this one wasn't great. And then we get to Old Country Bumpkin to master...
The brilliant new healer, maybe. Try it. I feel like it's good. It's good. And then the Old Country Bumpkin Master Swordsman. Ah, dude, this is also a show where if you've watched my reactions, I have so much critiques about this show, because man, it's also like, it's not really like the beginning after the end. This one has good animation, but it's just missing sauce. Like it's missing some sauce where you're just like, ah, it needs something, bro. I don't know.
Swordsman, another fantasy anime, except the main character is an older guy now. Look, at least anime is self-aware enough now to know that the audience that grew up watching Sword Art Online 12 years ago are now no longer teenagers. Yeah. But do they think we're so cheap, so unchanged from our younger selves that we'd fall for the same power fantasy show, except this time they just aged up the protagonist to be this really chill and mature guy who's actually super modest and trying to get by in life, unaware how powerful he is, but still never overestimating himself.
Snooze fest, honestly.
Preaching respect and self-improvement, humbling cocky teenagers who end up admiring him and listening to him, not because he has aura, but because he has wisdom and life experience. And fuck, I really like this one. But hey, we're not that old yet, guys. We're still hip with the kids. Hey, look, guys, chicken jockey. Keeping on theme with the amount of nostalgic shows, we got an anime that looks like it jumped right out of late 2000s visual novel adaptation. Yes, if you couldn't tell, this is Key. Yes, if you couldn't tell, this is Jun Maeda. Yes, if you couldn't tell, it's probably going to tear your heart to shreds, but the real question is, how is it going to stack up against birds? They got birds! But wait, where's the gauge they're escaping from? Not even a single backflip? I changed my mind, guys. This is probably going to be ass.
Oh my god, Summer Pockets. I might give that one a try. I need to give it a try.
GQX.
Turn A Gundam.
Gigguk?
Gigguk.
Gigguk? Gundam?
Gigguk.
Yeah, let's go with that. Now, this is the highest profile new Gundam series to be released in a while, and while I've seen my fair share of Gundams, my editor...
Yeah, not a Gundam fan. I know Attack on Titan is a Gundam. That's my favorite anime. Not of all time, but it's up there. I probably won't watch this. Yeah, so I'm just watching it for the vibes.
An OG Gundam fan and far better equipped to talk about this than me has given me his statement he would like me to read on whether you should be watching this or not. From a true Gundam fan. Mobile Suit Gundam Gigguk is a collaborative production from Sunrise and Studio Kara. The project marks the first credited work Hideaki Anno has contributed to the franchise since Char's counterattack in 1980. Oh my god! It's got girls! Girls! Set in an alternative Universal Century timeline, Gigguk presents a scenario in which Char as the board...
It shows like the story sucks, dude, but as long as there's girls, yeah, we are happy.
...joins the Zeon raid on Side 7 in 0079. A setting like this runs the risk of alienating new fans in the same way UC itself does, but also for the UC purists that don't like the change. They're playing the guitar together. Look at that, that's so cute. Oh god, they're adorable. I actually feel as though in diverging so heavily from the original story, it may make it easier for new fans to pick up without prior context. And as for myself, I'm thoroughly enjoying Gigguk, but I do find myself having many issues with most of the mechanical designs as they... And now they're sleeping with each other. This is peak. This is peak anime right here. We've done it, guys. We've exhausted all other isekai ideas that there's only one place left it can possibly go.
Space!
Remember when I said the amount of isekai that start by death from overwork was getting a little depressing?
No, this isekai intro was so good. I think it's the one. Yeah, this one was top tier, bro.
Well, how about this? We got another overworked salaryman. Okay, nothing new to see here, but this time he has a family and he finds out his wife is cheating on him.
Bro, the first episode was peak. Oh my gosh, this was peak isekai.
Wait, that's not all. Turns out his daughter is not actually his real daughter, and if his day wasn't bad enough already, he gets framed for embezzling money from his company. His wife tells him he's pathetic, his daughter tells him she doesn't love him, gets fired, divorced, loses custody, is forced to pay child support and the 50 million yen he got framed for embezzling, and then after all this, he gets cancer.
Yo.
Oh man, we didn't know how good we had it when Truck-kun was about. What's the name of this anime? Can a boy-girl friendship survive?
Apparently, can a boy-girl friendship actually get super peak? Like, it gets super peak. I started watching it, but I kind of fell asleep off of it because yeah, it is bad, you know. I don't like boring romance. Like you know, at a certain point, it just got boring and too predictable. If it's too predictable and boring, I just clock out, you know.
No.
This one's an interesting concept. On her 17th birthday, an apprentice was able to collect 1,000 tears of joy from people, which will not only save her life, but also grant her immortality. And so she goes on a personal journey to help strangers and bring some genuine happiness to people's lives. Damn, isn't this nice? Isn't this a feel-good series? No. Small brain. Amateur shit. Let's break this down. You need to average at least 2.7 tears per day or you are going to die. That is multiple tears per day. Going around solving random people's problems is probably the dumbest fucking thing you can do in this situation. Think, girl, think. You can mainly focus on just one person at a time. Each problem can take maybe days or even more to solve, and at the end of it all, you don't even have a guaranteed success rate if the fucker doesn't want to cry. So, here's how a pro does it. Step 1. Get an apartment right next to a hospital. Extra points for a hospital that specializes in life-saving surgeries or delivering newborns. This will give you a way to passively farm that shit when you got nothing going on. Step 2. becoming a wedding officiant.
Yeah.
Weddings are just prime farming spots for people crying out of tears of joy.
That's
Being
so
an
true.
officiant means you only have to commit an hour while possibly hitting up multiple weddings a day. Even if it's not the most emotional wedding, you should have at least an 80% success rate on the bride, groom, and their parents. But if that's still
what was that Gigguk?
then you should have at least an 80% success rate on the bride, groom, and their parents.
Oh my god, this man got married, bro. Where's the video? Jeez Louise, Grant.
But if that still sounds like too much work, don't worry. We have the nuclear option. Are you ready? Attend one single Taylor Swift concert and you will reach your cap in a single song with tears to spare, I swear to God. You will be thanking white women for the rest of the immortal life you will now live.
Oh my god, she puts his
make
wife.
this grandma cry. So happy. And finally, coming from the king of trashy romance anime is the Shunji family children. From the same mind that gave us Rent-A-Girlfriend, this is an anime that's a harem romance series about a dude and his 4 stepsisters, 1 blood sister, and a younger brother. And I'm sure hearing this summary, you may laugh, you may snicker to yourself, but I am here in awe, witnessing a man of true talent. Because a project like this is one of pure dedication and determination from a person with something to prove. We can all learn something from Shuinji family. It is infinitely harder to create than to judge. But if you're gonna do something, if you're gonna do anything, what's the point of doing it if you're not going to try to be the best? Even if you're the best at being the worst. If one man's trash is another man's treasure, then this man can turn a trash can into a fully operational waste disposal center. Because even if you think you've reached your full potential, be that person who can dig deep and know they have more to give. Who can look at his work on Rent-A-Girlfriend and say, no, we must go lower. Who can look at the amount of sisters in Domestic Girlfriend and say, nay, we must go higher. 1 sister, 2 sisters, how about 5 and a younger brother, because we are not in the end game yet. There is always a higher summit to climb. So, just remember, family always comes first. Just as long as you don't come in family.
Whoa, so that's what the show is about. Oh my god, Shinji family. So yeah, a little bit of a off season. I feel like my shows so far, top 5 shows to watch: Windbreaker, Fire Force, 2B Hero X, damn, I'm blank. 2B Hero X, Fire Force. Yeah, I think those 3 you could watch, you know. Yeah, it's Lazarus also, you could watch that. Witch Watch, I think Witch Watch I'm also enjoying. Oh, My Hero Academia Vigilante. So yeah, try out those shows, try them out, see what's going on. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's a yeah, I don't know. It's a weird season. Not the best, but we're it's something. I mean, you know, there's a lot of anime. That's the nice thing about it. There's a lot of shows. Maybe you can find one that you're like, okay, cool, this is what I want to watch. But make sure you guys like and subscribe and tell me what you guys think. Of course, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. See you guys next time.